Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now some hoops going on. I saved them. I want to watch them on League Pass how I want to watch them, right? So I got some hoops to look at, and so I got to hurry up with this one. Now this is heavyweight news, and this is something that we should all think about. We know that your boy Alexander Povetkin is, riding a wave. Got a hero's welcome going back to Russia after knocking Dillian White the hell out. And normally you'd be going for Dillian White, you would think, but most of us were going for Povetkin in this fight. It's a shame, right? Povetkin for Russia, and been doped until January 9th, 2018 on meldonium. So you ain't really supposed to be going for Povetkin. Povetkin, the one that made us not have that fight, see that fight between him and Deontay Wilder, right? Or him and Bermane Stiverne, right? And then you start thinking about the people that he beat. And let's talk about a couple of them. First of all, I think that Alexander Povetkin, after knocking out Dillian White, they're talking about fighting in November. That ain't gonna happen. Along with a lot of fights that I'm telling you, they're not gonna happen. Like Joshua versus Pulev, that ain't happening. I know people think it is. Joshua ain't fighting without no crowd against somebody this close. Neither is Canelo Alvarez. We got September the 12th coming right around the corner. Anybody see what he fighting? Trying to fight somebody they shouldn't have. Nobody's gonna have it, right? Because he's got to fight somebody he's gonna beat by far without a crowd. Because people like those two are people who always have the crowd on their side, and it will be a decisive difference for them. And I'm not sure they're ready for that. That's just my opinion on that. I don't think the fights are going to happen. You'll see. But when you talk about rematches, Povetkin ain't going to be able to fight Dillian White in November, right? So if that's not possible, let's look at the people that Povetkin should fight. First of all, Michael Hunter. That's first, but we've talked about that and documented that. If anybody don't think Michael Hunter deserves a rematch, then I don't know. Something might be wrong with you, and probably the usual things that's wrong with the people that just don't have common sense, right? But if you're a decent person, then you would think Michael Hunter won that fight, or at least draw that fight, which he got to draw, and he should be, get a rematch like anybody in a close fight. So that should happen. But if that doesn't happen, here's one for you: Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam. Remind me of Tony Thompson in a way. Carlos Takam. People that you just don't think be fighting, having good fights all the time, right? And then we just ignore how good they really are. Carlos Takam. 39-5, 28 KOs. Now, when you look at Carlos Takam, you're looking at a lot of things. And I pay attention to stuff like this. Carlos Takam had those losses, but there's some stuff behind those losses, right? There's some stuff behind them losses. Now, he lost to Anthony Joshua, right? Remember? And they stopped the fight early in round 10 so Joshua can keep that knockout streak, right? Takam still wanted to fight. Wasn't winning the fight. He was in it, but he wasn't winning the fight. But guys, 10 days notice? You fought Anthony Joshua with 10 days notice? That's a valiant effort, right? Knowing about the fight 10 days. I thought that was a valiant effort. You remember Joseph Parker? Everybody knew I rolled with Joe. Joseph Parker to me is one of the top 5, right? He was in New Zealand, had a close fight against Joseph Parker. Many think he beat Joseph Parker, but it was definitely a close fight against Joseph Parker in New Zealand. I think he lost a split decision or something. Very close fight. Valiant effort. He got a loss against this guy, Alexander Povetkin. This is why I want him to have a rematch, right? Lost against Alexander Povetkin, right? Povetkin was doped on meldonium. Full. That's why Povetkin stopped him real late. I don't know, around 10, 11, or 12. I don't remember. Late, right? Valiant effort. You just lost to a guy doped late. And Povetkin is decently good. We have to admit that, especially a doped Povetkin. Can we all agree on that? Because I think Dillian White will be in this line with us talking about, yeah, he's pretty good, right? Or Dillian White fans. Yeah, he's pretty good. Wasn't a lucky punch. Because if it was, go talk to David Price about how lucky that punch was, right? Or Manuel Char, or anybody. A lot of people done felt the power of Alexander Povetkin. So, you can lose them. He also lost to Derek Chisora, that resurgent Derek Chisora, that I've been training with David Hay Derek Chisora, right? And Chisora, with all that, was losing convincingly. And he caught him and knocked him out. I'm not sure how long his training camp was. All 4 of those fights were valiant efforts. could be readdressed. All of them, right? The first loss was way up early in his career, about his 10th fight. He lost against a guy that was 10-0, Gregory Tony or something like that. Yeah, well, I believe that was real early in his career, and that other guy was undefeated too. So my point is, this guy deserves a rematch. This guy's a good fighter. That's why they call him. They call him always on a short notice, just like Tony Thompson back in the day. And I would just like to see him, or somebody say, "Hey, I'm fighting Carlos Takam 2.5 to 3 months from now," so Carlos Takam can get ready for that particular person. And I'm guaranteeing you this: whoever that is, and y'all know I got my favorite heavyweights and stuff, but whoever fights Carlos Takam with a training camp has a problem. So let's see if Alexander Povetkin does that. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. I'm up out of here, y'all.